This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
A body was found in bushes in the southwestern area of New Providence today. Just after 9 o'clock this morning, police say they got information of the body in a bushy area off Cowpen Road.
Our Jared Higgs visited the scene as police carried out their investigations.
Officers responded to this scene where they met a male lying in the street suffering from what appears to be gunshot wounds about the body.
Emergency medical services pronounced the man dead on farmland off Cowpen Road. Police did not disclose who made the discovery, but noted that the area is frequented by farmers. Head of the Central Detective Unit, Superintendent Paul Roll.
It appears that this male received multiple gunshots about his upper body. He appears to be about 30 to 35 years of age. He is slim built, has a full beard.
Now, the body was found very deep in bushes off of Cowpen Road. However, police say that rigor mortis has yet to set in.
The body, it appears, would have been there this morning, so it could not have been more than 6 hours or so.
Police do not yet have an ID, but Superintendent Paul Roll said the victim was wearing green tennis shoes and a black watch. He also had a conspicuous tattoo.
A tattoo of Young Money on his stomach.
Police are appealing to members of the public to contact them if they have any information about this latest crime. Jared Higgs, ZNS Network News.
The manslaughter case of Alicia Smith opened in the Supreme Court today before Justice Indra Charles. The prosecutor, Maria Zancola, is alleging in the case that Smith caused the death of Aldine Gibson Jr. back on May 3rd of 2012.
In her opening remarks, prosecutor Zancola said Smith has nothing to prove and is cloaked in a mantle of innocence. However, she said that the prosecution will prove Smith's guilt through the witnesses.
Now, specific elements, she said, will prove that someone died, that the death occurred by unlawful harm, that it occurred within a year to the day of the harm being inflicted, and that Smith inflicted the harm. On that fateful day, more than 2 years ago, the prosecution said a fight broke out between Smith and Gibson that was broken up, but Smith returned and stabbed Gibson to the neck.
Now, already 3 crime scene officers testified. Smith is represented by attorney Wayne Monroe. With a little over a month left before the 2014-2015 academic year begins, education officials aren't worried about whether necessary school repairs will be completed. Education Minister, the Honorable Jerome Fitzgerald, recently revealed to ZNS News that the ministry plans to spend about $7 million to repair all public schools across the country.
Since I've been minister, we've taken the approach where we normally hold on to a couple dollars from the last budget so we can mobilize in June, because the problem we found was that although the budget passed in July, you don't really get the funds until the 3rd, 4th week in July, which meant that contractors really only had a month to do the work prior to now, and so we have now expanded that to 8 weeks, and we find that that helps to ensure that we get all of the works done, allows opportunity to do minor painting just before school starts, and so that's been working successfully for us the last 2 years.
Minister Fitzgerald explained that basic repairs like electrical and plumbing are being conducted to the about 160 public schools. But remember when mandatory repairs were needed at the Stephen Dillent and Uriah McPhee primary schools here in New Providence? Well, Minister Fitzgerald provided us with this update.
Those schools actually this summer we're replacing quite a few of the air conditions there, and there is some additional duct work that will be going on during the summer, so we don't anticipate any problems there. We've entered into a maintenance contract with a private contractor to maintain the air conditions during the year, and that's helped to minimize the problems.
Well, coming up in sports, the ZNS Challengers visit Unity House. We have all the highlights coming up. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.